Today let's begin chapter 8 of your eco applications, that is the various sectors of Indian economy. So let's begin. Economic activities are classified into groups using some important criterion. These groups are known as sectors of economy. People around us are engaged in different activities to earn livelihood. Some may be producing goods while others may be delivering the services. So, in an economy, different sectors plays a vital role as human hands are engaged in various activities. The main objective behind it to earn the livelihood. Classification of various sectors of Indian economy on the basis of nature of activities. It is primary, secondary and tertiary sectors. What is primary sector? The economic activities which are connected with the extraction and production of natural resources. For example, agriculture, fishing, mining, etc. falls under primary sector. That means in primary sector, various natural resources are being utilized and given a particular form and then it is consumed. Sector is secondary sector. The economic activities which are related to the manufacturing process. For example, manufacturing of steel falls under secondary sector. For example, like iron ore. Iron ore is obtained from mines. So that is a part of primary sector. When that iron ore goes to the manufacturing unit, for example, Tata Iron and Steel. So there what happens? The iron ore is being converted into various iron products and steel. So secondary sector, the work of secondary sector is to give form to the primary or to give form to the raw materials and make it and create utility for it, okay, through the process of manufacturing. Important sector is tertiary sector, the economic activities that are mostly based on providing services to the society like transportation, banking, insurance falls under tertiary sector. That means tertiary sector is those sector which provides service through various activities. Like when we go to a bank, they provide financial help or assistance, okay. So various activities related to finance are provided by the bank. Transportation helps in the movement of raw materials or finished products from one places to another. Insurance, it gives life coverage, it gives the coverage for goods, for vehicles, okay, from various risks such as theft, fire, etc. So tertiary sector plays a vital role. Even our education institution is a part of tertiary sector because it is providing services to the society through education. Let's see some historical changes. In the initial stage, all developed countries depended upon the primary sector more. Entry of secondary sector changed the production style and speed. People stayed demanding more and more goods. This demand only led to the growth of tertiary sector. Now we can see that all developed countries have tertiary sector leading the highest amount in their GDP. So in the present times, the contribution of tertiary sector is the highest. This slide shows how the three sectors are dependent on one another. This slide is about the gross domestic product. What is gross domestic product? The value of final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year provides the total production of the sector for that year, and the sum of the production in the three sectors gives the gross domestic product of the country. GDP shows how big the economy of a country is. So in brief, we can say the output by the three sectors constitute the GDP of a nation. Classification on the basis of ownership. So it is two, that is public sector and private sector. Public sector, the government owns most of the assets and provides all the services in a public sector. So the major part of share is held by the government. The ownership of assets and delivery of service is in the hands of private individuals or companies like the Tatas, the Reliance, etc. Classification on the basis of employment. So there are two, that is organized and unorganized sectors. People have assured work and terms of employment are regular. That is, all the activities are channelized in an organized sector. Next is unorganized sector. It consists of small and scattered which are not in the control of the government. It has a low pay and unsecured jobs. So such sector is categorized under unorganized sector. Is about unemployment, which is the current scenario and has become a problem for the entire economy. So what is unemployment? When a person is willing to work at the prevailing wage rate but fails to get a job, it is called unemployment. So an individual is willing to work, whatever is the salary or the wage, but there is no job. So this situation is known as unemployment. The types of unemployment. So there are 5 types. First is seasonal, second is disguised, third is structural, fourth is cyclical, and the fifth is frictional. So we'll just discuss one by one. As you can see, the unemployment which generates due to the variation in seasons is called seasonal unemployment. I'll just give an example. That is the farmers who grows rice. So rice is a kharif crop and it is mainly grown during summer season, sown in summer, harvested in winter. So in this case, what happens? The summer season, they are not getting any revenue out of it, so they have to wait till winter. So that period during which there is no generation of revenue, that is what? They are unemployed. They are not having any kind of income out of it. So that kind of situation is known as seasonal unemployment. Second is when more people are working than required. It is called disguised unemployment. That means in an institution or in any company or organization, suppose 50 people are required, but more than 50 are working. So that situation is your disguised unemployment. Third, when the economy fails to generate enough jobs, it is called structural unemployment. Like the current scenario of India, there are many jobless graduates, people who are having a technical degree but they are unable to find any job. Why? Because there is no job. Government is unable to generate sufficient job opportunities. Okay. Fourth, the unemployment that is created because of depression in an economy, it is called cyclical unemployment. Like the present scenario of COVID-19. So the world is facing a very bad situation, or the economy, there is a recession period in the economy. So in this case, what happens? There is depression in an economy So the economy has come to a standstill. In this case, what happens? There is no creation of employment. So this is known as cyclical unemployment. Fourth, when unemployment happens because of transferring from one job to another, the period between changing the job is called frictional unemployment. Suppose you are working in a firm for 2 years, and in between you wanted to shift your job to another sector or another firm. Okay, you join that another firm. So in between whatever period you were sitting at home, and that period is only due to the change in the job. Okay, that is known as frictional unemployment. Till here it is clear. So hope to see you in the next class. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.